Hello, is the Sinister Gambino here with a new video. And this video I'm going to be talking about the casino changes with this week of the event week in Grand Theft Auto Online, as well as I want to discuss the Newswire and a little thing I missed actually about the teaser image. So to start off with the changes, there was mainly modulars added, of course. As far as I know, they're called modulars. Those like big trailer things, and then a dumpster right next to the both of them. And then pretty much the movement of different like props as well. And there was pipes added as well. But yeah, all of the props were moved around once again. And from what I remember from leaks, it's apparently supposed to be the last change to the casino. Though maybe that's the only like free changes they could find, the free changes we had so far. By the time, like, I think it was a week before, I think I heard there was free changes. I don't know if that's all the leaker or whatever was able to find before. But anyways, onto the teaser image. There was a queen, a king, and I'm pretty sure an ace on that image. And you may not think much of it, because I said the cards could hit at both poker and blackjack, which of course is still technically the case. But if you take a queen and a king, that's 20. And then in blackjack, an ace can be a 1 or an 11. In that case, you would want it to be a 1 or a perfect 21. So that's a further hint at blackjack than poker, I would say at this point. That's something I completely missed beforehand. But it's nice to finally know that, of course. And I think I didn't talk about this yet, but of course the Diamond Casino and Resort proves that the casino is going to basically be rebranded. And of course, because of that, that sign I showed off at the beginning of the first clip I did would obviously probably have to be replaced, or I guess it could be worked on, say the Diamond Casino and Resort in some way, shape, or form. I would have no doubt on that personally. But yeah, the casino is going to be renamed from like the Big Seven, whatever the heck it was called, to the Diamond Casino and Resort. So I guess instead of just a casino, it's becoming a resort now as well. Which makes me curious how exactly it would work, to be honest, with the fact that it has a like horse track. Like, would they remove the horse track for a remodel, or would it stay? Because the problem with that is on a Rockstar created race, even there is a race that takes place on the Vinewood racetrack. Though I get it, what they could possibly do is, of course, make it to where when someone does the race, it goes back to the old model or something. But it's just something to think about, is that the racetrack is actually used in a Rockstar created race, so how would it work exactly if they remodeled the building, got rid of like the horse track and whatnot? I think they should personally keep it as like a kind of real life inside track betting, like the same thing from like San Andreas, except you actually get to see it like in the real world, sort of. Though of course they would kind of have to add horses, but I don't think they will. That's kind of a bigger discussion for another video. Might be talking more about like horses and stuff in another casino video, of course. But yeah, onto the Newswire. So to start off, it says something, of course, about how it's opening soon and how you shouldn't be dissuaded by it. The opening soon disappearing is not just for show. It's of course actually hinting at a casino update. Final thing I have for the first paragraph of this Rockstar Newswire is that it's gonna be the biggest entertainment complex or whatever of southern San Andreas. And of course it's also going to be opening its doors later this summer, which let's talk about later this summer. So summer just recently started a couple of days ago, because technical summer is June 20th through September 20th, so it could release at any point during that time. It would, of course, suck if a summer update was released in September, because I think at that point it doesn't really feel like summer to me much anymore. So I would say they would avoid September. So I'm expecting July or August at this point, because it's so late in June, of course. I think people were speculating this would come out like June 27th or something. I kind of honestly thought so as well. But with it being a week away at this point, and we have like little information at this point, I really doubt it, to be honest. I think it's gonna kind of be similar to like After Hours. I believe I heard that like took a month after like a trailer released or something. So it could be the same case. It could like do the same kind of like marketing technique or whatever there. So, but if I were to take a guess, I'm guessing sometime in July, personally. I personally think that's the best bet. Though, of course, I wouldn't be surprised at August either. I really don't see it happening July 4th. I think the main reason people saw it happening for June 27th was because it was the week before 4th of July. And that was in case they wanted to tie in like any 4th of July like content. But I don't think they did any sort of 4th of July content for After Hours. I might be wrong on that. So it's not like necessary to release it like around that time. Even if they do after, I wouldn't be surprised they could do some kind of 4th of July content. But yeah, it's just something interesting to think about how it was worded as later this summer, in my opinion, but I'll be moving on to the other paragraphs. So, on to the second paragraph. The first big highlight that I noticed is it mentions with something for everyone. So, even if it's like Red Dead Online for you, where you're not going to be able to gamble in the casino, because, yeah, it's being hinted at that we're going to be able to gamble, but the wording is kind of interesting, as I'll probably get onto later in this video. But even if you can't gamble, of course, they're going to have other activities here, which kind of gets mentioned in this same paragraph, of course. And it says it will feature lavish amenities. Not entirely sure what that would be. Going back to like past properties and whatnot, like the CEO office and stuff has like gin and stuff like that. I'm not really sure what kind of lavish stuff from other properties could carry over, or if it would be like entirely new stuff. I don't know, I'm expecting like the expensive champagnes at the very minimum from like the After Hours update, or lavish amenities, for example. Exclusive shopping as well, that's very interesting. Wonder what kind of like exclusive stuff they would have there. I wonder if it would be like big like game changing stuff, or if it would be like mainly cosmetic stuff. I'm not entirely sure there. Honestly, I feel like it would be a big gameplay changing thing, because it does kind of sound like we're not going to have to buy into the casino, like necessarily the whole casino. Maybe there's a business side of it we can buy into. I don't really know, of course. We only have so much information in this Newswire. But yeah, it does seem like it's going to be a big hangout place. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't really make much sense to buy into the casino. Though maybe, of course, it could be like the nightclubs where where someone else has to go into someone else that has a casino, if that makes sense. However, of course, the problem with that is if the owner leaves it, the other people have to leave it as well. So it could work similar to how the nightclubs work, and how other people can go into other people's nightclubs. But honestly, for something like a casino, I think it would make sense if everyone can just go into it. Going into like the exclusive shopping area things, of course. First class entertainment as well. Not sure if that means like the games of the casino, or if that's like some sort of like actual like entertainment that's not the casino stuff. And then it says state-of-the-art gaming facilities. Now that's very interesting. I'm wondering why they're not like straight up using the word gambling. It honestly makes me a little bit worried on like how good this casino update's gonna be with the games. The teaser image honestly gave me a really good feeling of it with like the roulette table and then like the cards, which now seem to reference more blackjack than poker, as I mentioned earlier. And then the coins could be the slot machine. Oh yeah, and the diamond in that teaser logo. Now we technically know what that means, of course, with this being the Diamond Casino and Resort. And on to the third paragraph. So once again, with the third paragraph, there's a one-to-all type of mentality that's mentioned in the paragraph, of course. And then it, of course, says it offers in-class concierge, and then one thing I found very interesting in it is the valet parking. Now, you wouldn't really think much of valet parking usually, I don't think. But valet parking was like a side activity or like an odd job or something from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I wonder if that's like hinting at a pretty interactive valet parking in any way, shape, or form. I really hope they do have like a valet parking like side activity or like odd job in the update, but honestly I really don't think so, because we don't have like simple odd job stuff like taxi fares and like of course vigilante missions and stuff. Granted, like the vigilante stuff hasn't really been in the game since like the 3D universe, but we don't have the simple taxi odd jobs from like the single player of Grand Theft Auto 5. So honestly, I don't really know what to think if we're going to actually get like a full-on like valet parking side activity or not. So of course that might be a bigger discussion for another casino video that I might make. And of course this is the exhilaration of spinning the lucky wheel for a chance at life-changing prizes. Now, I'm not sure how that kind of thing would like work in a real casino, if there is that kind of stuff typically in real casinos. But I'm not sure if it's something you like typically pay for in a real casino, or if it's like something you actually buy into for a chance to win something really big in a casino. In my opinion, from what I know of casinos, of course, there's not much like free things to do as far as I know, but I don't know, or something that offers such a big reward and would probably have like the lowest odds of anything as far as we know from like the teasers and stuff. I really don't know if they would like necessarily charge for that thing, or if it's like a complete like chance thing. You get like a free spin a day or something, and that's like all you get. I don't know if there would even be an option to buy any extra like spin for a life-changing prize or chance at a life-changing prize or anything. But just a big something to think about, how like the lucky wheel could work and everything. And then it says the finely curated selection of spirits at the bars and the lounges. Of course, I mentioned before, I think the like champagnes from like the After Hours update, the like diamond one and the like really expensive ones at least, probably like all the drinks from After Hours in fact could probably transfer over to the casino pretty easily, I think. I hope they add like new drinks and stuff as well. Maybe ones that are even exclusive to the casino. And then a range of sophisticated table games. Now, I think that's the biggest hint of this whole Newswire, that we are indeed getting like full-on gambling. Honestly, the hints in the like Newswire are pretty subtle. In fact, I would say the teaser image gives more of a gambling vibe. So like this Newswire is more focused on like the generosities, like the general stuff of the update, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, since I'm sure people were worried that like most of the update would be gambling for some reason. But really will have something for everyone, which is definitely really exciting. And I'm actually want to get back into the second paragraph for a moment here. But exclusive shopping doesn't necessarily mean like an exclusive place have to get clothing, guns, or of course a vehicle or something that you probably wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. In Vice City, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, for example, there's a North Point Mall that has like food court. That has like a food court, and then it has clothing stuff, a coffee shop, and it does have a gun store, and it does have like a car on display and stuff as well. So I wonder if they would take any like notes from Grand Theft Auto Vice City's like North Point Mall for the like exclusive shopping section. It feels like it's a like combination of a casino from like San Andreas and then North Point Mall from like Vice City, which definitely sounds like it's going to be very exciting. But I think it would be a cool, like, great opportunity to add like Burger Shot and Cluck and Bell and whatnot. But one can dream, but it was in San Andreas, of course. Finally, I'm just going to go off of a small little thing for the last paragraph, of course. With it saying an inside look, it gives me a good feeling that we're going to get pretty good information for our next Newswire or whatever, which I would expect, of course, next Thursday. But an inside look to me would probably be a bigger Newswire with like screenshots of like actual content for the update, or even, of course, they could drop the trailer if there's going to be a trailer, because of course not every update necessarily has trailers that they've released. Of course, Arena Wars did not. Just a little something to bring up. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Next video, I might be going over the like how a heist could work for a casino DLC. But that one takes a lot of work because I gotta replay through San Andreas. I'm almost to the countryside section, so I'm not sure from there how far it is. I think it's still pretty far though. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Or I might even release one before that. That talks about like horses and stuff. One of those two is kind of my big like idea for another speculative casino DLC videos. Those are personally pretty fun for me to make. But yeah, that's finally gonna be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed.